Doesn't get old. It never gets old. Why are you sounding like a duck?
Quack, quack, quack.
Oh, everyone, it's Tavern Talk. Ladies and gentlemen, Sunday, 7 Eastern. We are back. Allow me to open the tavern door.
Most impressive door on the internet, Ryan.
Sweeping the nation. Hey, everybody. Good to see you guys. Good to see you, Brother Dan.
Ryan, likewise.
Do you like
I like how the snake's biting my head.
I didn't notice, yes. Well, hopefully you'll grapple with your inner demons like that snake is. And hopefully we'll do it on air and we'll go viral.
Yep, that's what I'm thinking too.
That's what I'm thinking too. Speaking of grappling with inner demons, let's bring in our special guests.
What an intro! always interrupting our guests.
Well,
Isn't that crazy?
hello. Good evening, gentlemen. I was just rehearsing a few moves. It's fine.
What is that, cat yoga?
Okay, bring it back.
It's dancing
Bring it
with
back.
cats, please.
Oh, dancing. Oh, all right. Interesting. This is how you get up in the morning?
This is how you start the day. 30 minutes of cardio. It's the important thing.
Those cats do not look dancing as much as defensive.
Yeah, I know. They're in mid-battle.
Right.
Yeah, battle cats.
Yeah, if cats had sword forms, that's what they would be doing.
Cat scratching at the tree.
Slapping repeatedly at human face.
Hey,
Cat trying to open a door.
hey, I've actually never seen a cat scratch on a real tree. They always come into and do it on my furniture, on my bedding.
Yeah, the important places.
I wish they'd fucking get on a tree and scratch it.
Yeah, that's a natural scratch post. We don't need you messing up your Egyptian 12,000 count per square inch sheets.
Yes, those trees are right outside the window.
Yeah.
Calling your name.
Ryan has an issue with his cats attacking birds, though. His cats are fantastic hunters, and he can tell by the bird sounds whether his cat's outside or not. And he's like, "Oh, the birds are agitated. I bet you it's Seymour."
Yep.
They're here to do that. Do they do like one of my cats does that, like her battle cry? The
Well,
clicking?
yeah, yes.
I had a cat that did that very quietly, though. It would be like, but yeah, it was so cute.
It's adorable. Little barking dog.
Cats
My
are brutal.
cats can't catch a fly, so they definitely aren't earning their keep in my house.
I had one cat back in the day. I used to be able to walk around and use it to catch flies.
Aw. We had a cat that used to follow us when we walked our dogs, and we became known as the family that walked our cat.
Oh,
Which in
that's
downtown
awesome.
Toronto is really common, but in the
In
small
the
town where I grew
oh.
up, we looked really weird.
I was going to say, in the IL Waste, it must have been weird.
Yeah.
And it was one of those
Henry's
weird...
had enough of fat talk.
Aw.
We had one in our neighborhood growing up as well, and my cat does actually kind of follow my dog only around our property. But once we go for a walk, she's like, "Yep, see you when you get back. Peace out.
Peace out.
Walk safe."
That was enough togetherness.
It's funny too, because the person that had the cat that would follow him throughout the neighborhood, the cat would pretend that they weren't walking with them. So the cat was about 10 feet behind, and so the guy would have to like walk across the street and pretend not to notice the cat, because when he looked at the cat would stop. So he had to just like be like,
That is exactly like what walking Samson was like. He didn't really want to be associated with us. He just wanted to know we were there.
Right. It's like the worst spy ever. You turn around and you're just like, what? No, I was just reading this newspaper.
And let me just say, Samson.
Follow.
Great name.
He was a giant, massive cat with long black hair, so it fit.
Samson.
Guys, Ryan, let's introduce our guests. We are blessed by the Creator. Guys, the light has shone upon us. We have, I would consider you guys respected dignitaries within the fandom. Delusions, you are now a content creator.
Yes.
Sometimes. I'm on hiatus right now, but you know.
Already, that's the fate of so many podcasts. You get to the 5th episode,
she got content with her content.
Yeah, we're coming back, but you know, we're waiting. Season 2 hasn't like really given us any like huge casting drops yet or anything. So
but just we're gonna talk about one right now.
We will talk about one.
You don't.
But hold on, right? So I should have this written down. You're the Feather in the Mountain or Mountain and Feather?
Feather and Mountain podcast.
Okay, Feather and Mountain
You
podcast.
betcha, bud.
And it is you and your never reader who is going to be a show watcher. So this person, Virgil, will not be familiar at all with the books besides anything that we've just kind of like told them about in the last few episodes. I've seen you've kind of given some background on the boys, on the Two Rivers, on Emmonsfield. So he has a little background.
Importantly, we've shown him Winter Dragon. So.
The dirtiest thing I think I've been a part of in many a year. Graendal, thank you. Kinda.
So I don't know
Shelly,
but
yeah. What we did is we convinced her friend.
I saw the chat.
Yeah, that Winter's Heart or Winter Dragon rather was the premiere that was presented by Rafe Juckins and the team, and this was what we've been waiting for our whole lives. And we did a watch party, and gosh, I did so many Aes Sedai. I'm like, he's not lies, but yep. I don't know.
Deflections.
Our poker faces were very strong that day.
Yeah.
He bought it hook, line, and sinker, and didn't know how to crush, or didn't know how to tell us that the show that we've been looking forward to for 20 plus years was going to be a disaster.
Right.
If it was anything like Winter Dragon.
It was so hard for us because our faces are so expressive and emotive, and
I know it was very hard.
You always know what we're thinking. Like you just read our thoughts on our face.
Tell. When your mustache starts vibrating, Ryan, that's when we know.
That means I'm happy. You didn't even know, right?
No. Oscar.
All right, so Ryan, and Shelly. Shelly, you, I'm so glad you were with us.
Yes.
I had known you peripherally through the community, but then when you did your podcast on Malkier Talks, the Wise One, Ask a Wise One, to me, that was one of the more poignant episodes I had ever heard. I think you guys handled it with such aplomb and poise and respect for these questions while still giving good, entertaining talk. I was so impressed, and I was like, Rob has been killing it. Rob's show has been absolutely killing it. I wish he were here with us today. He hops in sometimes when he's not working so much. So fuck the man, right? Fuck the man. Anyways, Rob, we love you. So why don't you tell people just a little bit about you, and then I'm going to sing you a song.
Okay. My name is Shelly. For those of you who don't know, I don't create any content, but I consume it in a let's say sequential form. So I start one podcast, finish it all the way through, and move to the next one. I've read The Wheel of Time probably about 11 times. I've been reading it since about 2005. And I have 2 cats. Like Delusions, I am also Canadian, so we are going to slowly take over this podcast.
The blight is coming.
Yeah,
1 kilometer at a time.
The most polite way possible.
Yeah, 1 metric meter at a time.
One favorite with a U at a time.
And so much color with a U.
Yeah.
Calor.
Yeah.
And all our checks will be spelled properly as well.
Oh no! Oh. And you're a lot of queuing.
So much queuing.
Instead of lining up.
And ton podcast est bilingue maintenant? Tu as besoin de parler français?
Yes! No!
I'm sorry, Delusions. What did she just say? What was that Canadian?
Je ne parle français.
I still don't know.
Podcast. It's going to have to be bilingual.
Bilingual.
Say everything in English, then everything in bad French.
I can do bad Spanish.
Perfect.
All right.
It's the same.
There was one time my wife and I, before we were married, we were in Germany at a Chinese restaurant that was floating on the Rhine River, I believe. And the waiter did not speak English at all, and I didn't speak German, but we both had a decent grasp of Spanish. So I am talking to a Chinese waiter in Spanish in Germany on a floating boat restaurant. So fun.
That sounds like a very European story.
Yeah. All right, I'm gonna. As canon is, I cannot sit up and sing. I literally just I can't do it.
Yeah, he has an incredible like sciatica.
Yeah.
He's lying back like a bard on his what are they called?
Exactly on
like a chaise lounge.
Yeah, like a chaise. He's lying back like a
Yeah.
bard on his chaise.
It's very elegant.
Is that he has?
It's a little too steamy for YouTube. That's
Which
more
is why
like
he's off
what's the
screen.
porn one? RedTube.
Peel me grapes.
Watch LeafCast After Dark for that.
All right, how's this sound, Ryan?
Yeah.
All right.
Sounds great. Your shoulder looks great too.
Thank you. Fuck, I always do that. You're right. Look at my dartboard. All right.
Oh man, sometimes it's like Escape from Titans.
All right, and every song, I think I 90% of my songs begin with the word Ryan. So, all right. So
Wait,
I'm
there,
singing
everyone in the tavern, shh. All right. All right, keep talking. Now, shh.
Ryan, I don't want to sound conceited.
I hear
That would make me feel utterly defeated.
Don't want that.
Like I'm in my little Machiavelli. I said that wrong. But our new best friend is full of grace, like pearls and silk and tons of lace. As an old dance film with Gene Kelly on a black and white telly. That's my Canadian thing. So meet our new best friend. It's wise one Shelly.
Woo!
All right.
Thank you for not going with the obvious, Ryan.
I intentionally didn't Machiavelli. I didn't say you were smelly or had a nice belly or anything like that.
Jelly Belly's a popular favorite.
No, Machiavelli and Gene Kelly on a black and white telly. Come on, baby.
Loved it.
Yeah. All right.
No, you know what we do with low-hanging fruit? We use it to climb up and get higher fruit. That's what we do.
We use it.
Throw it at the higher apple.
We step on. Yeah, that's a great one. We grab it, we throw it up, and we try and pluck out the higher fruit.
Yeah, we use it and we throw it at bad singer-songwriters.
All right, guys, you guys keep talking. Thanks. Whew. All right. Whew.
All right, thanks, guys. Thanks for your patience. I appreciate it. There's a tip bucket. I don't know. It looks like a bucket. Just so you know, I am collecting tips in there, guys. All right. Anyways, here's Wonderwall. I'm just kidding.
Oh no!
Hey there, Delilah.
And Shelly, you're gonna be the one that's smelly. Oh, I went there.
You plucked it. It was too irresistible.
I know.
I get
You
nervous.
extended your
all the
arm and it was
kids from
there.
kindergarten to grade 7.
Oh God, hold on.
Actually,
Oh, wow. So, wow. I want to talk to you about that someday.
I would love to.
Yeah.
No, let's do this live on the air. Let's
Let's do
scrap
it. Ask
everything.
your questions.
Yeah. We scrap everything and move on to religion.
I've defended a thesis. I can handle almost any question that comes at me. Trust me.
Well, I would love.
Define apocryphal, would you?
Apocryphal?
Just because
Apocryphal
King James
is,
didn't like him, right?
Apocryphal is non-canonical literature.
Uh-huh.
So it's like,
Apocryphal of posies.
But what about head? Yes.
Apocryphal.
Apocryphal of Parker Posey's headcanon. Which is okay. So this is amazing. All right. So imagine you have some amazing takes on the entire kind of Well, okay. What am I getting at? You totally threw a curveball at me. This is great.
Sorry. So this is what happens when you bring me on. I either bring down the room or stop conversation. So I'm a great YouTube guest.
No, this is amazing. No. But first off, I want to now reverse your light, and now I want to see you now. There we go. Yes.
Okay, well,
So normally now.
You became perfectly silhouetted.
okay. So Ryan and I actually were talking recently about the idea of cults and the religious mindset within the Wheel of Time. The difference between us and them is that their mantra, the Dark One is bound by the Creator and blah blah blah, and is mostly right. There is a Creator as far as we know. There is a Dark One as far as we know. The Forsaken we meet. Their shit is right.
Yep.
So when we look at the White Cloaks have they are against the White Tower, which is about 20% Black Aja. We have Massima, who gets all devout. Are these people wrong in their devotion to their cause per se? I mean, one of the Ajas themselves is blue, that is cause driven. I mean, that's I don't know if that's like a positive per se if you're just that singularly focused. But what's the difference between a blue Aja and a white cloak?
A lot, because Blue Aja's cause isn't necessarily religious. It's, one thing that they turn their mind to, and really it's in the pursuit of justice. That's Blue Aja in a nutshell. So, what is, they say one cause, but that's just kind of blanket statement.
Yeah.
I mean, their true pursuit and passion is for justice in the world. And that's how they live their life, from one Blue Aja to another.
And I mean, you can look at the real world or superhero examples of people who pursue a just cause with poor means, right? So their means don't necessarily justify the end they're looking for, even though the end is a good end, hypothetically. So the cause is real, but how are they getting there?
I mean, they're kind of like if you could go back in time and you had like a Hitler baby.
Oh, I hate that question.
Yeah, that's a bad question.
I personally would like to go back to art school. And
I
say,
strike
hey guys,
that.
There's this artist. He's okay. Just let him in, please.
Just let him in.
Yeah,
It'll all be fine if you just let him in.
Just let him in.
Let him. Let him draw. Let the man draw, would you?
Just let the man draw.
Just let it out.
Are we picking up some Asmodean vibes here? Perhaps that's the wrong comparison to be drawing. But if Asmodean was just allowed to be the famous musician he wanted to be, I mean, would he have given his mother to a Myrddraal?
We don't know.
We don't know.
Giving your mother to a Myrddraal is the worst phrase I've heard in a long time.
I'm 60% sure that's what David Bowie had to do.
I'm sorry, Mom, but I need to give you to the faith. And then one of his eyes turned. That was his marking. One of his eyes turned blue.
Yep. I think so. That's his. We're spoilers out, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
The true power. That's his
Hooch
true power.
Sorry.
Otherwise, how do you explain those great songs?
The blue eye. It's all about his. What is it? What is that condition called? Dr. Smelly.
Religion.
It's called the condition is called religion.
Yeah.
Kaleidoscopitis, or
it's like hypochromia or something like that. Or there's because the word chrome is in it because of the color, but.
So when I first read this series, I thought that everyone was just religious zealots, and they were all country bumpkins, kind of trying to make sense of the world in these kind of primitive ways. And I didn't care to think about whether they were right or wrong. I just they're just kind of analyzing the world a kind of, as we understand how religions have evolved. It becomes more, from animism to deism and what have you. Have you ever thought about this notion that there are no churches in the Wheel of Time?
Yeah, I think about religion in the Wheel of Time a lot.
Okay.
A lot. Because you're right. Like, we know the creator is there. We meet those. But there are people who think that, Trollocs are myths and those sorts of things. So
Yes.
it's kind of a fascinating... It's almost curious if it actually is religion. Because, hypothetically, religion involves an element of not knowing.
Of faith, exactly.
Whereas, I didn't want to say faith, because that's a...
Well, I mean, you don't have faith that the sun's going to rise, the sun will rise.
Yeah.
That is a given.
I mean,
Okay.
Well,
But I do hear what you're saying. You're right.
I mean, like, what else can you call it that drove Moraine to search for 20 years to find Rand? Or was that nothing? Like, if so, that's faith. Like, she
faith,
truly...
or is it just like a basic? Like, everyone seems to have the same belief system, and across like both like our Randland continent, and then also the Shan-Chan continent.
No,
they all know about like the creator and the Dark One. There's no difference of like, I mean, are there different? I guess there's different names for the Dark One and stuff, but even then, it's not like no one's contesting what happened.
Correct. It
even
seems like
3,000 years ago.
It seems like the basic outline is the same. They each have different prophecies for their own Messiah without realizing that it could be the same guy. Yeah. And they all have, but for the most part, the story seems to be the same worldwide. And it's all right. It's all correct.
And so
are we saying that Rand is Mr. Worldwide?
He is Mr. Yes.
Rand is Pitbull.
Rand is Pitbull? No.
I don't understand that. I don't understand that reference.
I think that guy, like, I think
I think none of us are as young as you.
Pitbull drinks champagne and pool, I think is what he does. I think I saw Pitbull open up and like do a halftime show one time.
And I mean, if you think about it, though, if you look at things like the myths of Gilgamesh, how they come up in the flood, and every major religion has a flood story, and many major religions have these themes, Robert Jordan is just exploring that in his writing, in that the same themes are popping up all over the world. It's just different kind of interpretations of how it's going to look. Kneeling before the Crystal Throne, I think Rand thinks it's going to look one way, but they're going to think it looks another way. So it's all those interpretations of how it plays out.
There's also a crazy subversion when you think about the Shan-Chan coming over, them being the kin of Arthur Hawkwing, and yet Matt blows his little horn, and Arthur Hawkwing is taking out his own descendants, just wiping them out. That there's something really subversive in that.
Now, I want to go back out real quick to that concept, though, of like everyone knowing certain things about the world. And Robert Jordan was asked this, and I believe the comment is that they all know because the truth about good and evil in the world is self-evident in this world. So that's how they all know. Something to that effect. In the chat, please correct me if I'm wrong, but he has definitely answered this. Well, how do people know, kind of like even that little mantra they say when they get scared? They go, oh, the Dark One's trapped in the blah, 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 blah. Yeah. They have like, it feels like a religious mantra. It has
like something that you definitely comfort yourself with at night when you're trying to sleep.
And people know it by rote. But I do believe I remember in my last re-listening, Egwene having a moment where she couldn't remember it, which I thought was really interesting.
Oh, funny.
It depends where she is.
Before book 7. That's where I'm at. I'm at book 7. It happened somewhere.
And then you have the flip side where parents use, I was just rereading, where parents use the Forsaken to scare the shit out of their kids.
Yeah, which I love.
Right. Like, Gideon's going to get you.
If you listen to Tarvalon After Dark, the podcast with Nablus, Rakappa, and Jess the Amerlin seat, Nablus does like bedtime stories, which are all about the Forsaken basically coming to kill the kids.
Yes. Nice.
Which, I mean, my sister just found out the real way that the actual Little Mermaid story ends, and she was like, oh my god, that's horrible. And I'm like, fairy tales were real. Like, they were...
please elucidate, Wise One, Shelly.
Oh,
tell me the real ending of the Little Mermaid. I only know.
Wait, Ariel.
Oh, you mean the priest does not get a boner?
She does not end up with Prince Eric. He She dies, everybody dies. She ends up a sea foam and like kind of drifts away into consciousness. It's actually like a tragedy, like many fairy tales. Hansel and Gretel, I think, actually get eaten.
Oh yeah,
like,
they get eaten. Like, isn't it like the Brothers Grimm did a bunch?
Well,
And then
fairy
Hans
tales
Christian
that are
Andersen had his too.
they're not the brothers happy,
Yeah.
guys. Guys, it's right on the front page. They're the brothers Grimm. It's like having the horror sisters writing a book series. You're like, yeah, no, that's not going to be happy. But yeah, Hansel and Gretel, they get captured, and a witch wants to eat them and is fattening them up. But her eyesight's bad, so she always reaches in and tries to like pinch their arm to see how fat they are. So they hold up a stick, and she's like, it ain't working. So because every time she reaches in, she's feeling this twig instead of their big old chubby arms, because they gain like a whole bunch of weight. They're just eating like cakes and stuff. She's just fattening them up to eat them. And they trick her by holding up like a stick. So she reaches in, she's like, you're not fat enough. More cake. At least that's how I remember. Am I wrong?
Yeah, I mean, in the fairy tale, they actually get away, or like in the story that we see as kids or read as children, they get away. But like the OG story, they do
she
not.
Just eats them?
They get eaten.
dinner.
What? Well,
So that's why you don't talk to strangers and you don't take candy from strangers. Now you know.
So that's like the opposite of Aesop. There's like no moral. What's the moral of the story? Stay away from witches in the woods? Done. Fine.
Yeah, don't take candy from strangers, or you'll get eaten.
I guess.
Don't make deals with
Gross.
sea witches,
I-
especially for a dude. Not worth
Yeah.
it. Keep your voice,
Yeah.
girl.
Yeah. Don't
He was
surrender your voice for a man, and don't let a man speak for you, or
Wait, no,
you'll
wait.
end up a sea foam.
Guys,
Next
it was a
question.
prince. It was a prince. You guys aren't. You could have been a royal,
All right, guys.
but you turned to a sea foam.
Robert Jordan described himself as a high church Episcopalian, and he received communion more than once a week.
High church, hey
More
baby.
than once a week.
Yeah, that's what it
Yeah.
says here.
My heavens.
I mean, this is Wikipedia, so
Dr. Smelly of the religion, can you define what a high church Episcopalian is for me?
I think in Canada it's the Anglican Church. It's the
Oh,
one that's kind of led by the Queen. I don't know
So
how it plays out
the
in the
state-
States because
Okay.
you guys don't have the whole Queen thing going on. But here we
I-
call them the Bells and Smells Anglicans because they like the ritual, the liturgy. They ring the bells. They have all the incense. It's a much more like liturgical service than some of the new Anglicans. And in Canada, the Anglican Church is doing different things because Anglican churches in Canada are now affirming, which means they welcome the queer community, not just tolerate them and encourage them to join. So that's fun.
Yay!
Yep. Couple years behind. But yeah, so it just probably meant that it's like a Catholic
Decades.
church, but not quite. And I'm speaking a little bit out of my tush there because I didn't study American religion, so I don't really know what goes on there.
okay. Well, as far as I know, Episcopalians. I had a high school teacher. I'm not going to say how many years ago, who was openly gay and an Episcopalian, and I do believe that Episcopalians have had like gay parish, like gay father, whatever leaders of the church.
Are they ministers?
Ministers. I don't know
They call
what
them,
word
they
they
can have
use.
women and men too.
I believe that they are the most kind of like open-minded and affirming of all the Christian denominations in America, but it is very interesting. We have a guy who was a Vietnam. He's a rocket scientist who went to war and then becomes extremely religious. I want to say more religious. I want to say he's more on the extreme side of religiousness than if you're receiving communion more than once a week, it feels like he's really.
Maybe he was just a big bread guy.
He's just like, God damn it.
Big fan of the carbs.
You can't find a good unleavened loaf anywhere.
Just really love my wafers.
So let me ask you something chapter related. Actually, let me jump into Leia. Let me ask you what you guys think the role of Leia actually is supposed to be in this book. I'm a little confused on a reread why she's even here. Perrin's reaction is not flattering. It's not a charismatic reaction. He still seems mad. He's like, well, what'd you want me to do? He would have killed you anyway. Blah. And then just goes and becomes wolf. What is Leia? Why is Leia in this book?
I think a lot of reasons. I mean, The Dragon Reborn, we get so much Perrin perspective, which is probably why it doesn't rank among my favorites. Little Pear Bear is...
But you get Matt's kick-ass.
Oh, yeah, of course. Chapter 19,
okay.
One of the greatest. I think it's 21 where he battles Galad and Gawain. I have nothing terrible to say about the Matt chapters. Love them dearly.
Okay.
But I struggle a lot with Perrin as a character, which should come as a surprise to exactly no one. And I think Leia is meant to, unfortunately, is being used again and fridged to kind of build up Perrin as a character. You know, like she's there to contrast Perrin's views. She's there to show the way of the leaf, kind of also how the pattern's inevitable, and to really highlight to Perrin, you know, just how fruitless it is to kind of fight against his destiny, maybe. Yeah, I don't know.
But you know,
I tend to skim past these chapters pretty quickly on
That's
reread.
interesting. I love Perrin.
I love Perrin too.
He reminds me of me. Not like that I'm a big burly blacksmith. I don't know if you can tell from this, but I'm just, you know, my shoulders are only 1 1/4
Shelly
wide.
the Forger.
Shelly, I've seen you rock climbing. I've seen pictures. I've seen your calves. No, I'm like, that's not a blacksmith?
Well, not if she has calves, because
Calves and
You
shoulders.
don't, you don't really blacksmith.
Perrin is a Dorito, as we discussed.
A Dorito. Okay.
But I mean,
He always
I
gets Flag Day.
I feel a little bad because I'm rehashing some of the stuff I talked about when I was on Rob's podcast talking about pacifism, because the Tinkers,
The Leaf?
yeah,
We are the way of the leaf.
yeah.
Tell us about ourselves.
The conclusion we came to is that the Tinkers are kind of there for Perrin, and what we think Robert Jordan was doing was kind of inserting himself into the story. As a Vietnam War vet, it's very likely that he had some moral arguments about the war that he himself kind of had to face.
Yep.
Yeah, quandaries. And we think that Perrin may be, or this is the theory I put forward. Actually, Rob's such a good host, I never know if he agreed with me or not. That the author surrogate. So Perrin is kind of Robert Jordan figuring out how he feels about this alternative to battle of pacifism. And what I, again, argued in the podcast is the problem is he put up kind of a straw man argument in that they only show this one extreme form of pacifism rather than like the spectrum of pacifism that exists in the world as opposed to militarism and war. And so I think to what Delusions was saying, Leia?
Leia.
Totally forgot her name. Leia kind of continues to play that role as a foil. Unfortunately, you know, we don't see her as fleshed out as a character, but I think that scene where he yells at her not to pity him, if you've ever been in the middle of, think of it almost, because he's still a teenager, right? I think that's the other thing we have to remember about Perrin. Sometimes when people give you empathy,
he's going to be like 20, 21-ish.
Yeah, that's still basically a teenager.
Yeah, he's still a baby.
Yeah, sometimes when people give you pity about
They're
something
emotionally
you get
like
angry.
12. Yeah.
Right?
You're
Like,
right.
has anyone ever been nice to you and you're like, don't be nice to me, I don't know how to handle it.
Yeah. I thought that was
Every day.
Yeah.
I thought emotionally that was really telling. I wanted to bring up the point that Leah, however, did not follow the way of the leaf. In the end, she is a traitor to the way of the leaf's cause.
And that's what killed her.
What?
See, I don't know if
She's supposed to run away.
She is supposed to run away.
She did violence. She jumped and like dove at his feet, and
But that's not violence. That was protecting, which is different.
says-
And if you can't stand and defend, which is what the Tuathan can do, they don't have to run away because that's not always pacifism either. But if they stand and defend by
I will read it
as
to you.
we see in the Shadow Rising.
Suddenly, Leia moved, throwing herself forward, attempting to wrap her arms around the Myrddraal's legs.
And rugby tackles are not aggressive. If you
No.
They're
But
just
I
like
disagree.
really intense hugs.
They're like, if you tackle them right, they go down soft. No one gets hurt. You don't even get a bruise.
No. You're wrong.
This wasn't an act of aggression, and it killed her.
He could have skimmed his knee. That Myrddraal could have. I don't know. Maybe it's a he.
I guarantee you that the Tuathan play rugby and they know how to tackle. They get it.
Yeah. Isn't there that whole thing in football, tackles have gotten harder and harder if they've gotten more protection, but in rugby they've always kind of had to have strategic tackling because you can't hurt someone because they're not other than the brain bucket, they're not always wearing anything.
Yeah, and that's just for the locks, so we don't get cauliflower ears.
Yeah.
Well, and I've heard the same about bare knuckle boxing. Is that it would be less grotesque or less damaging to the person getting pummeled because people, if they actually hurt their hands every time they punched, then they wouldn't hit as hard or something.
Yeah. But I think it goes to my earlier point that there's in reality there's a spectrum of pacifism. So many pacifists like myself would still see her as a pacifist even though she tried to throw herself around the legs because all she's doing is trying to stop the Myrddraal from hurting someone else.
Yeah.
So we would still
not
sit on
cause
the
harm, let Perrin get away, save a life,
and she would
hurting
know
anyone.
She's going to die. Exactly. It's kind of like it's almost like a non-violent resistance. She's like, I'm putting my life so hopefully you can get away and be safe.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, that did. So, do you think that she saved Perrin? We were having this discussion on the show. Did Perrin go into wolf mode because of her actions, and was that what kind of turned the tide of the battle? Because up to that point, Myrddraals and war land and a Myrddraal is it almost an equal battle, right? So, did Leia somehow help Perrin level up in a D&D
Yeah, I
instance?
hate using a woman's death to
Right.
This is and it's really
But that's all
concept,
over Wheel of
especially-
Time, though.
It is, and I hate it, so I try to resist it. So I certainly don't read the books that way. It's not to say they can't be read like that, but my active preference is not to read into that too much, because if I did, I would just go on a rant.
That's funny. I was more thinking it was not just a women, but just her symbolism of the Way of the Leaf and the epic kind of psychodrama that Perrin's going through with his identity, and how they are the exact, almost the exact opposite. There's nothing approving of Perrin's lifestyle within the Way of the Leaf. They're always looking at him. They're always shunning him and looking at his weapons and giving him that look, right?
I don't think they shun him.
No,
I'm sorry, I'm taking your offer to interrupt.
Sorry, shun's a harsh word. You're right.
Yeah.
But they definitely look at his weapon and they question. They always kind of find themselves in debates with Perrin, and he's always kind of breaking down and getting angry with them. So far, in the series up to this point, it just seemed like that was the role. I wasn't thinking more that she was a woman but interesting point, Delusions. That is there, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
And I think,
fridging your women's a pretty common trope where women just become vectors that men get character development from their death. Yeah, Dina. Yeah, there's a whole book. I think it's called The Refrigerator Monologues, and it's women who have died making other men's stories better, and it's quite good. And it shows you. You're just once you start seeing it, you can't unsee it.
It is everywhere.
What is seen cannot be unseen. It is known.
Mm-hmm.
Is it always romantic lovers' interests, or is it just women of import?
It doesn't like a lot of times it is romantic, but it doesn't have to be.
Can be a mother.
Mums are a big one.
Yep. Sister. I mean, Leia. Why is her name not sticking in my head? Tinker Girl obviously has like no real relationship to Perrin, right? Like it's just someone he met, but she's still kind of just this like blip in his character development.
Well, what's funny too is that we are getting this through Perrin's point of view, and there's a line here. It says, after he had just killed a Trolloc, it said she was still there, huddled in front of the hut, not more than 10 paces of slope, and watching him with such a look on her face that he could barely meet her eyes. "Don't pity me," he growled at her. "Don't you?" And then the Myrddraal floats down magically, and then ends up killing Leia. This to me says more about Perrin than it does about Leia. I mean, was she really? I don't know.
She's there. She's there to highlight Perrin's character, right? She's there so that we go through a little bit of more understanding with Perrin. We understand his inner demons that he's constantly battling with. You know, we see him in Eye of the World, and he's really attracted to the Way of the Leaf. But he knows that it can't be the reality. You can't have this extreme measure because even at that point, you know, he'd seen some trauma, and he'd had to make the hard choice about, defending friends. Like even it's after the Tuathon that he thinks about killing Egwene, right, to save her from the birds.
I think it's before.
Because they go into, that's when they go into the forest and the wolves and then the white cloak.
I think it's after.
So it's after, because they run into the Tinkers right after Shatter Logoth.
Hey.
But at that point, you know, like we're seeing his increasing conflict and knowing that he has to make sacrifices and knowing that violence sometimes is the option. And unfortunately, or maybe fortunately, I guess if you like Perrin, this is something that he struggles with throughout the entirety of the books. When he cuts off the Aiel's hand and then, you know, tosses his axe into the woods, like throws it into the tree and tries to walk away from that again. And it's really not until he builds the hammer. Hammer, shoot.
Mjolnir.
That I think he finally reconciles, that inner piece of himself. But that's like, Mahalanair is built in, what? Is it Towers of Midnight? KOD?
That sounds... it was one of the last three.
But, you know, this is starting, I appreciate these chapters more on rereads than I did initially, just because we do I know what Perrin's arc looks like now, and I know he eventually gets to a point where he wouldn't be having these same kind of internal struggles, and it's more, but Leia as a character, just to highlight Perrin.
Yeah, and I have two things I just want to, I said Mjolnir as a joke because that's Thor's hammer, and the name that they pick for that is very much based off Thor's hammer. So just because the chat's question marks, that's not the actual name. I know that. I just don't know.
No, it's not Mahalanair. No.
And the other thing, it's so funny, Aaron, because the reason you seem to get frustrated with Perrin is one of the reasons I love him. Because as a pacifist, I always revisit it and say, is this the thing I still believe? Is this the thing I still work with? And since I was 17, I've had this belief, but I always am grappling with it, being like, do I still get that? Is this still a good thing? Is this still a thing I should believe? And that's why I love Perrin, because you never stop having these debates with yourself. And I know I'm sure it's annoying for my friends, but I'm like, guys, I thought of something else of maybe why I shouldn't do this. And they're like, oh God, fuck.
No, I think it would only be really annoying for your friends if you were smelling their emotions and then assuming what they were thinking based on those.
Don't be jealous, Pooh. Hey, don't be jealous.
Hey, so actually, I want to go back to what you were saying, Delusions. You said that Perrin just kind of had to understand that the Way of the Leaf is not the right way, and I am calling you out on that. We don't know whether or not if Perrin from that moment on just ran away from every situation, whether or not we would have gotten to the end of the books.
Well, he couldn't have, because Tavern. Sorry, let me say that again, like loyal. Tavern.
Well, I mean,
you know what? That's one of our drinking prompts every time.
Yeah,
so, all right. God dang it! Thanks, Julie.
No, but you just cannot definitively say that violence is the answer because we have yet to read the book where all of our Evan Field 5 just completely start running from the moment they see danger, and they never
Matt
stop.
tries to in the Fires of Heaven, right? That's what he remember the Battle of Kyrian, and he keeps trying to run away from it, and he doesn't want to engage in battle, and what keeps happening?
Boom.
That's I think one of our peak moments where we see trying to avoid responsibility and avoid violence and avoid battle, and our son of battles gets his hands dirty and kills Couladin.
Yeah. I like battles.
I like battles. Tam's wise up, lad.
I like battles.
So let me open up for just a quick second regarding the Way of the Leaf. I recently had a friend who passed away. It was an accident, unexpected. I hadn't talked to this guy for almost a year because when I was at his house last, he was a drinker and he would get violent sometimes and start yelling, blah blah blah. But so I was wrapping up because he was getting angry, and he said things that I actually turned around and was like, what the fuck did you just say? And kind of went back, and he was a little guy. He was maybe 5'5" with boots on. I'm maybe a foot taller. And I walked up and I then walked away. And it was awkward because I drove out and then I had left my phone because I had to turn around and drive back and forgot my phone.
You never see in the movies.
You never see that.
You never see that in the movies. It always happens.
My car won't start.
Yeah.
But I let this guy yell at me and say, "Get the fuck out of my land! I don't want to." And I let it happen. I walked away, and now that he has passed, it would fucking kill me if I had beat him up. I would have been justified. What he said was pretty ugly, and I would have been justified. However, the violence that would have been inflicted upon myself in that situation would linger with me, and it would haunt me. I would remember that action forever, and I'm glad I walked away.
Yeah.
And that is the Way of the Leaf.
Well, yeah, and I think it's easier not to take away from what you're saying at all, Dan, but I think it's easier when we're not the last battle isn't approaching for us to be able to make those decisions. Like with Perrin, I've never had to battle anyone for my life before. I've never had someone try to kill friends of mine in front of me before, and had to make a choice as to who should lose their life. Those aren't realities. I think that's why we read fantasy, because they're the extreme. And I think, that's why on paper, the Way of the Leaf is so ideal, because it's something that we can relate to, right? Do no harm, do no violence. Someone's, accusing you, you walk away, or turn the other cheek. Someone start playing Amish Paradise. But you don't
realize my wife is very plain. That's okay for an Amish like me. I tend to disdain electricity or something like that.
I shun fancy things like electricity.
Thank you.
I went to a Mennonite school, so I can make fun of the Amish with the best of them.
Wow.
What time did the school wagon pick you up?
Oh.
The school carriage.
But I do want to finish Aaron's point, because I think...
Was everything done on parchment?
And carrier pigeons, obviously.
Typewriters were too novel.
Everyone is looking for the Messiah, and the Tuathalan are looking for the song. Is Rand the song?
Oh. I thought it was lamb chop.
Yeah. I thought it was yakety sax.
The Benny Hill. Benny Hill is the Dragon Reborn.
It's the song.
I was riding my bike, and then I saw a woman selling watermelons, and they looked like breasts, and I crashed. Benny Hill. Benny Hill in a nutshell.
Hubba hubba.
He's pretty funny.
And I slap an old man on his head repeatedly.
That is not the way of the Leaf.
No.
No. That's the way of Nynaeve.
No.
With a stick.
So Delusions, like, basically Wise One Shelly, Brother Dan, and I, we all follow the way of the Leaf, but you don't. You apparently want to just violently
kill everyone.
Respond to...
No. This is what I'm saying. In non-Wheel of Time world, pacifism is on a spectrum. I have a book that literally lists 30 different types of pacifism that, encompass things. And you get you get exclusionists who are like, oh, well, if you defend yourself, you're not a pacifist. But, as a vegetarian who gets shunned by vegans, that bullshit just annoys me. It's like, let's just accept that we're all grappling with how to live in this world in a way that makes it better. And those of us who have chosen pacifism have a responsibility to look to each other and say, how are we making this work? Rather than because if we start shunning people who are not as pacifist as us, that's when we start causing further violence.
Well, but shunning is violence.
Exactly, which Amish do, which is weird, but that's a whole other thing.
Perrin would totally be the guy who would be like, "Oh, you're vegetarian? Is that belt leather? Are those shoes leather? Look at you're not consistent." I mean, Perrin seems like kind of that asshole who challenges a personal belief. It's like, it doesn't
how you gonna get your protein, bro? How you gonna
Fuck
get your
you,
protein?
Perrin. I don't need your input.
I do, I guess, I enjoy the debate that Perrin has in his head about this with the way of the Leaf and the way that Jordan presents it to us. But as Shelly was saying, I do wish that there was a little bit more spectrum to it. I do wish that there was an understanding and a time for defense. And, when Trollocs are invading your camp and, literally taking your children and murdering them in front of you or taking them to be put in a stew pot, you don't just sit around and do nothing or run away anymore. If your own child is being ripped from your hands to be fed to a Trolloc, what choice do you make? And I think the way of the Leaf doesn't really allow for any kind of flexibility like we see with AA Ram.
Well, let me try. Let me try to equate this then to perhaps Robert Jordan, or let's take any wartime thing. We could even take Taliban in Afghanistan now, where
politics and religion. This is going great.
If you have an invading force coming in, and you have women and children and whatnot, and you're not armed or anything, what are you gonna do? Punch at their chests as they take your child, or try to run away? I mean,
if you run away and leave your kid, that's my that's no, I'm not saying you have to be armed by any that is. Not what but if someone's grabbing my kid, what is my instinct?
Hey, I'm thinking but also if you've spent a lifetime running, you're the best fucking runner aware of everything. You have
have you met you?
Yeah, everyone's grabbing kids. They're fucking they're going into underground bunkers and shit. You
have tinker sense. My tinker sense is tingling. Danger. Let's run.
Usain Bolt was a tinker.
I swear to God, but again though, to your point though, how are there still tinkers then? If the world's such a violent place.
But I mean, that's the question in our world too, right? If you look at what the Mennonites have done, they've always moved around the world to places that were offering them shelter at the time. So the running away is based on a real thing. That's what they've done to survive. Is they've just moved because they had to move from Germany to Russia to Canada to Mexico to America. They've always had to move different places to find safety.
Yeah, and I totally think that this is a sustainable way of life if it weren't the last battle coming down.
We don't have Trollocs in the world,
right? It's not like they've ever had to deal with Trollocs running around and trying to kill them before because they don't really go that close to the Blight. Mm-hmm. And they just kind of stick to themselves, and the Trollocs weren't coming that far south. People thought that they were, myths and legends. But now with the last battle upon us, I think it's time to make for them to make some different choices.
Right. So to your point, then AARAM is the embodiment of that change, of that the Gen Z who live their whole lives on their phone and
But I think-
do Pokemon Go.
There's also this is the other thing. There's non-combatant roles. And that's the other thing I say in the podcast is, I always bring up the Mennonites, but this is kind of where my
No,
world
I
is.
love it. No, you're
It's
doing
like-
so fucking good, Shelly.
All right,
Very-
but really quick though, where are the Mennonites?
Where are the women Mennonites?
Yeah, where are the women?
Mennonites.
They're wearing
There's
little
only
white-
Mennonites and Womennonites.
Yeah,
women
thank you, Dan.
Yeah, they're
Translator.
wearing little white bonnets
Oh, no.
and making delicious cookies. And
They're
pierogies
riding
and
shotgun,
cabbage rolls.
baby.
They're very shocking. Okay, the Mennonites. All right, go on.
Yeah,
They're
but
ride or
anyways,
die.
there's non-combatant rules, right? And that is, if the Tinkers want, that's a role they can play. They can work as field medics. And I think
Which is what they do in the last battle.
Exactly. In the Two Rivers battle, they're the ones who hold the kids at the center. Because if the lines all break, they don't have any choice but to run and try and get the kids away, because the kids aren't going to be able to defend themselves. And they don't want to send the kids into the woods by themselves.
Yeah, so you get
So
the
it's
best
like-
runners ever and just say, run!
Exactly.
Well, right.
And
There's
they know what the
actually-
fuck they're doing.
Ladies, do you know the name of a movie that came out within the last 5 years, maybe, about a pacifist in World War I or II who got drafted and just went around saving people and didn't fire a shot? All right, chat. Here's your thing. I know
Here's
that
your
you.
thing.
It may have been Jake Gyllenhaal. No, it wasn't Jake Gyllenhaal. It was
Oh,
someone
no.
though. Someone was just like a pacifist who became he got drafted. And he's like, all right, I'll be a doctor or something then, and a medic. And he just went around, but he didn't fire a shot, and it was a big deal. Come on. So the chat's like 20 seconds behind.
Hacksaw Ridge.
Maybe.
Does that sound
Maybe.
familiar? Andrew
Yeah, I
Garfield?
know that is a war movie.
No.
I don't watch movies. I just hear about them.
And then,
Oh, guys,
make us
by the
try and
way-
remember them.
By the way, a PSA. So I was being a very good family person. I went to a drive-in and tried to watch the new Space Jam movie.
Did you leave in horror?
Did you get up and slam?
Guys, top 10 worst movies I've ever seen.
That's what I heard.
So, so bad it's good, or just
No,
Top
not
5
no.
worst. No, there's no Kevin Hart. If there was Kevin Hart, I would have laughed. No, there's no Kevin Hart. It's
No.
Don Cheadle, and I'm so disappointed in Don Cheadle. He has played serious roles.
Yes.
and he is in this thing, and I was like, come on, Donald.
Move out of the way for real talent. Up and coming talent like us.
I
He peaked
really
with his
thought,
Captain
I'm like, all right,
America-
Kevin
not
Hart's
Captain
going to be in it.
America.
It's
He
going to
peaked
be
with his
funny.
Captain Planet portrayal.
Oh, Don Cheadle?
Yep.
I remember him in a movie about African Rwanda. My last Don Cheadle memory was Rwanda.
Oh, Hotel Rwanda?
Hotel Rwanda, yeah.
That's Rwanda, yeah.
Yeah, and then I thought he was living a life of just and I'm not going to go there. Never mind.
Go on.
No, but
Let's
apparently
talk about Rwanda.
Go on.
It's a fascinating YouTube.
no,
Kevin
but
Cheadle's had quite the career. He
no,
is
he got the
fan
Oscar,
respected.
and he's like, I'm out of here, baby.
Hey, man.
Did he?
I'm
He's not. Is he basically now the Nicolas Cage of
No, he is.
He's like the
is-
new Nicolas
he is-
Cage. Do
he is-
whatever.
You know what? But I would love to see a Don Cheadle do Leaving Las Vegas style movie. I bet you he would kill the fuck out of it.
I bet. I'm
But
waiting.
instead, he's doing Space Jam 2, which is
Space Jam.
so inferior to the original Space Jam. Don't do it again. Just don't do it.
There's a lot
Hey.
of movies that don't need to be remade.
And
There's
by the
another
way-
fucking Cinderella out there. Who needs this?
LeBron has kids, and yet the people who played his kids and family aren't his real family, which is weird. They're all public figures. If you're gonna be, hey, I'm LeBron James, and here's my son,
Bronny.
Dominic.
It's not Bronny?
No, Bronny's a real guy. They got a fake
Maybe his
kid.
children are terrible actors, and they auditioned them, and they were like, "Hey,
Ooh, no, you can't even play yourself."
That does not help the ego. That does not help the heart. Anyways, you live in your dad's shadow enough, I guess. Yeah, go ahead and let some better daughter play me.
Some better daughter.
You know, I always love the story of Nelson Mandela, how he was like, if there's ever a movie made about me, Morgan Freeman's going to play me. My life goal is just to be such an epic human that I get to be like, Sandra Bullock is going to play me in a movie. And I just get to call it's like The Call by Babe Ruth. Like, I just get to call the shot of who's going to play me in my Lifetime movie.
Yeah, then you die, and then from space you see it's actually Kristen Stewart, and you're like, what?
Kristen Stewart is a great actress, and I will stand by that.
All right, no, that's funny because
Twilight?
All right.
Have you seen American Ultra?
Guys, Idi Amin famously said, "I want Forrest Whitaker to play me," and then he died.
And Forrest Whitaker said, "I got you." I'm doing a wonky eye. I can't. All right, I got you.
I got you. Wonk that eye. All right, are we ready for a break?
Sure.
Yeah, I think so.
Hell to the yeah. I've been advertising. We're going to take a 10-minute break. We're going to
when we come back, we have our friend Floaty on. We're gonna talk more about the chapters. We're gonna talk more about Perrin and his wolf nature, where he meets the rogue wolf, the feral wolf boy, and I want to get into that with you guys a little bit.
Yep.
And you have two of the Wolfkin on to have that conversation.
Look at that!
Oh no!
What am I seeing?
All right, here we go. Everyone, mute your mics.
Who are we listening to, Ryan?
This Ogres Are Like Onions is me and my friend Keith.
Nice.
life in a vacuum. Who bears the cost? Feeling cold on the inside. Lashing at her inappropriate times. A bitter taste at the end of the day. I can see the emptiness in their eyes. Not a way to voice it is satisfaction. Without giving them another opportunity to cash in. Yeah, I'm a way to voice it is satisfaction. Hey! We got two of the Chiefs and I'm opinions. Killer instincts with fistful of cash. Driving deep the dagger. A chuckle in your hopes to ash.
Heyo, boys, ghost, in betweeners. Where's my boy Ryan? Let's pop on the screen. Heyo. I don't hear you, Ryan. You there?
Okay, good. It's not just me. I see Ryan's mouth moving, but I hear nothing.
I see.
Ryan's screaming into the void and nothing is coming out.
Yeah. You know what?
Well, there is no Ryan.
All right, guys.
Ryan who?
When he comes back, hey, everyone hide. And then when he comes back, we'll just all go, surprise.
We'll definitely get him.
That's you want to get him? That was
That's
so
a thing.
cool.
That's a thing I would do.
Let's all yeah, this is gonna be so great. It's gonna be so great. You know what? Actually, while we're waiting, let me go ahead and get to our 5 quick questions. My friend Shelly, and actually, Graendal, there are a couple new questions that you are privy to. You answered the original OG 5, right? All right, there's a couple in there, but there's a couple new ones. So, Shelly, are you ready? We got to get to know you a little bit better before you're our very new best friend.
Okay.
Okay, number 1. Have you ever seen an actual palace?
Oui.
And where would this be?
Le Palais de Versailles. So I've seen Versailles Palace.
It's a good palace.
It's a good palace. I think Chateau Frontenac and Chateau Laurier are both technically palaces in Canada, kind of ish. And
casually count them, although they don't compare.
I know they don't compare. And I live in Toronto, which has Casa Loma, which is a castle, not necessarily a palace. And I've seen a bunch of like crumbled palaces in Scotland.
A castle nowadays is just like the Royals' summer home, right? I'm going to Frog Willow.
Yeah, Buckingham Palace.
I've walked by Buckingham Palace.
Yeah, so you've seen all kinds of palaces.
Yeah.
Okay.
And my 650 condo is obviously a palace.
Obviously.
For what I paid for it in downtown Toronto.
Oh, heck yeah.
Better fucking be a palace.
Well, you got a moat and stuff, so I mean that qualifies.
Exactly. I've got a waterfront-ish somewhere. There's a lake that way.
That's the definition of palace.
Yeah.
It's palatial. We can agree on palatial.
It's palatial.
Okay, so Shelly, you walk into a bar, and Graendal, you answer this as well because it may have changed. So you walk into a bar, and there are 3 gloriously drunk people at separate tables. You have 1 hour that you can spend at one table, and they seem so open to discussing what they're just gloriously drunk. They just want to spill their guts. At one table is Tamil Thor. At another table is Lan, Mana Dragon or whatever.
Mandragoran.
The Malkier King. And at another table is Asmodean. Shelly, you have 1 hour. Who do you spend time with?
Who is at the first table?
Tamil Thor.
Oh. You're making me pick between 2 daddies.
2 zaddies, if you will.
2 zaddies. I mean, I just love Lan. I just want him to read Borderlander poetry to me. So I think I'm going to go to Lan's table and just have him read Borderlander poetry to me and, be stoic and those things. Because, I mean, I already have a carpenter dad who can kind of show me how to do the things that Tam knows how to do. And, Asmodean's a depressing musician, and I like a bit happier music, so I think Lan is where I'm going to end up. I think my love for Lan is somewhat well known. And
okay, that makes sense. Okay. Delusions has I asked you this question before.
No,
I don't know if Asmodean was in it though.
Yeah. How drunk am I?
You are as drunk as you want to be.
Well, that's a big
How drunk is that right now, Delusions?
I don't think I've ever been on this show sober until tonight. But good God.
Oh, well, you know what? I'll drink for you. Here we go.
Thank you, sir.
I'll drink for 2. Wink.
If I'm drunk, I'm fucking Tam. If I'm relatively if I'm more buzzed, I'm going to go sit with Asmo because I want to hear everything there is to know about the Age of Legends. And I want to get to that sweet spot where it's just good, riff-raff back and forth, a little tete-a-tete. And if I'm more sober style, I want to go sit with Lan and then just listen to him say words because he's usually so mute.
He'll say all 12 words. Look at this fucker.
Yeah.
Asshole. People walk by, he'll just mutter stuff. This fucking guy.
Yes.
I'm surprised that most people don't pick Asmodean. He's a Forsaken, for crying out loud. He's met the Dark One. Anyway.
Yeah. Yeah, I think he'd be really cool.
Next question for both of you. What was your first concert?
Can I give 2 answers?
Yes.
Okay. So the first concert I ever went to.
Hi, Ryan. We're in 5 questions. Okay.
Ryan's just stunned and still not making noise.
You got it. Yeah, that mic's not working for whatever reason.
No.
No.
Wave your arm if you are making noise. No, dang it. All right.
Aw. Bye, Ryan.
Dang it.
So the first concert I ever went to was a band called Jars of Clay.
I've heard of them.
Yes, they are a Christian band.
Yeah.
That was the first concert I ever went to. The first concert I ever kind of chose to go to.
Wait. Before you move on, what was I remember a song by Jars of Clay. What was their hit song?
Flood. If I can't swim after 40 days and the crashing waves lift me up so high that I cannot fall, lift me up. Something like that.
Yeah.
Lift me up.
Oh, hello.
Oh, there he
Ryan,
is.
we hear
He's
you.
back in time.
All right, so Jars of Clay, and that was your like you went because
My
your
church
parents
went.
took you? Your church
My
went?
whole church
Okay.
went to see Jars of Clay. The first concert I ever chose to go to and was Spirit of the West, and they had this small unknown band opening for them called Great Big Sea. And it was
Hey, and away we go. Donkey
Donkey
riding,
riding,
donkey riding. Hey, and away we go.
go.
Riding on a donkey.
This is amazing.
Yep.
I love Canadian culture.
Yeah.
Keep going.
So I
Keep
went
going.
to go see Spirit of the West, who at the time was a pretty big party band, and they had this small unknown band called Great Big Sea opening for them at the Waterloo School, and then later Great Big Sea became one of the biggest bands in Canada. But I still highly recommend listening to Spirit of the West. I actually broke my foot at a wedding to their song "Home for a Rest" because everybody jumps up and down, and someone about 6'5" and 300 pounds landed on my foot and broke my foot at that wedding from jumping so much. So that song is burned in my head. And Great Big Sea is just a fun party. If there is a Canadian contingent at JordanCon, there will probably be Great Big Sea, Spirit of the West, some Tragically Hip. There will be
The CanCon content will be
the
out of
CanCon
control.
tunes.
Is it the letter C or the word SEA?
Yeah, is it like C is for
SEA.
cookie?
Okay.
No.
Because I thought it was like the Great Big C, like meaning Canada. Let's go, baby. Woo!
Oh, very
No.
cute.
So
Great Big
what's
C.
their-
That would have a different
big
meaning
one?
in Australia, I think.
What was their big one? I got a
She
smile
said-
on my face
Ryan,
and
she
I
said
got
big
four
one.
walls around me. Got the
Yeah?
sun in the sky, all the water surrounds me. Ordinary Day, that's what it's called.
yeah.
Hold on. Do you know the chords?
Oh,
Here, I'll
Alright.
play it.
So Shelly, if you have some sort of like a PTSD flashback moment when that song comes on, I'll be there for you.
Oh, don't worry. You're so drunk when that song comes on.
You
that
have
nobody
like
gives
you
a
can't
shit.
sing that song sober.
It's a foot, Ryan. It's a known foot breaker.
I was just
Yeah.
trying to segue into my song. I'll be there for you. Just kidding.
But yeah, highly recommend checking them out.
Delusions. What was your first band? I'm
Like,
sorry,
first
not first
concert
band. First
I
concert.
went to unescorted by parents.
Sure.
I was the biggest Good Charlotte fan that you have ever met.
Awesome.
I think I saw them like no less than 7 times. Did our MTV is called Much Music, or I guess was called Much Music up here, and they used to do like intimate shows. So I got wristbands and stuff for that. Once upon a time, got my tits autographed by Joel and Benji Madden.
Nice.
Hold
My
on.
longest for I didn't show them. I didn't
Nips,
show
or
them like
just
my
okay.
15-year-old breasts.
Oh,
Did you
thank
meet
God.
Rick the Temp? Did you meet Rick the Temp?
I don't think I met Rick. I think he was gone at that point. I know.
Bass players come and go, right, Ryan?
I mean, first off,
I'm
sorry-
assuming he's the bass player, right? Was he?
Delusions. I'm sorry that happened to you.
It was a really good time of my life.
No,
And I had like very heavy eyeliner and like remember those? I thought I was goth, living this like ridiculous upper middle class like white privileged ass life, and I was like, no one understands me. This
But they
is the anthem.
didn't.
Throw all your hands up.
And no one did.
Oh, God,
You know
no
what?
one did.
Sing if you're with
Delusions.
me.
You're right.
No one did.
And
No one did.
and do you still you must feel that deeply misunderstood by everybody.
Deeply
right?
misunderstood.
It's a truth you were privy to. Like only adults should like sit in their like market loungers thinking about their demise.
You feel like you're a puppet.
Really?
There I go. All right, fine.
But yeah, like no, I mean, like obviously we're all alone, and then we die, and then who the fuck knows what goes on. But yeah, like you were just thinking about that shit too early, and
just getting into it, and like getting into all the feels. Like, oh my gosh, their song like "Hey Dad." Ugh.
Oh no. Yeah, Sylvia Plath has a poem called "Daddy." Oh.
Hey, you know what?
Yeah,
We're gonna combine. We're gonna combine those two when we end this show, Ryan. We are going to combine.
I will.
Hey
All
Dad
right,
and Daddy and a Puff Daddy song and a Big Daddy Kane song.
All right, Brother Dan, are you muting out now? Do you guys hearing Dan's shit?
Are you hearing me? Am I? What's that?
I can hear him.
All right, I was just hearing some sort of
I think he
digital
was just trying to think up another daddy.
I was
band.
Yeah.
All right. Two more quick
Daddy's
questions.
Cradle?
Two more quick questions. All right, ladies, do you have any circus skills or party tricks, things that you can do that would impress 2 or more people around you?
Circus skills or party tricks?
Yeah, you know, you can maybe. Oh, you can.
She already said she can go to a party and make everyone stop talking and look uncomfortably at each other. So she already said that.
That's like probably my greatest skill is shutting down conversation, making things awkward, making things weird. I'm good at that.
It's a talent.
You know.
And Delusions was the. Oh, I can't do it. Hold on.
Yeah, I can't do it anymore. No, once upon a time. So these teeth. What in the?
Wait, are you okay? What is 911 in Canada?
That's her trick.
Is it 119?
No, every time she rubs her teeth, things fall.
Things fall. So these teeth are fake, which meant for my entire adolescent existence, I grew up with like my big teeth and then a giant gap where teeth should be. And so I had to wear a retainer because I wasn't able to get implants until I was 18. I had to wear a retainer with fake teeth on it. So I used to be able to go around like this and then have like missing teeth, which, let me tell you, really got the guys going.
They're like,
yeah.
Did you lose your teeth playing hockey?
Wouldn't that be great? No.
Oh, that would be the most Canadian thing ever.
I know. They just never grew
weird
in.
DNA. Yeah, it's just weird DNA.
Yeah. So that was my party trick as a youth. And now...
That's awesome.
Now I guess it's... I do a dance called the no legs. It usually requires me to be nearly blackout. And then I drag myself across the floor like some horror from The Ring. You know, Samara like crawling herself out of the TV. And it's dancing, but
You're dancing, yes!
You'll see it at JordanCon next year.
Well, I did see you crawling out of a pool.
Of a lake.
Yeah.
I did see you crawling out of a pool for Tucker Ranriod's 100th episode video.
Yeah.
It's something like that.
All right,
But
Brother
like on a
Dan.
dance floor. You get it.
Dan, you ever thought to ask chat these questions? They're just answering because, fuck it. Look at Brent Weber says, I can annoy people.
Well,
that's his party trick.
Okay,
Dean Moxley says...
No, I challenge him to define his terms. What do you mean? All right, Dean Moxley.
In case y'all were wondering, I can still fart from my armpit. Do you want him to define those terms, Dan?
No, I understand that.
I haven't tried it in a year and a half because of COVID, but I used to be able to do, you know, that Karate Kid kick-up flip where you're lying on the ground and you can, like, kick your legs in the air and land on your feet. I used to be able to do that. I haven't tried it in a year and a half.
Only the Cobra Kai.
A year and a half? Oh,
the bad guys did that.
Wait, Dan, okay, please tell me. You must tell us this. See, now you brought it up, you have to talk about it. The last time you did that. Go.
Oh, I fell down and just felt like doing it to get up.
Oh, okay.
She got knocked down, but she got up again.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Shelly, I probably spent 2 months like in 7th and 8th grade trying to do that. So I used to do like little breakdancing. I had a little linoleum thing I would lay down in our living room, bring over to my friend's house. We would breakdance. We were
the worst.
coolest.
The worst. No,
we were
the worst. You never successfully kicked up in your life, Brother Dan.
We were the coolest kids in that garage. So, and I tried over and over and over again, and I blamed my long legs, and I thought if I only had short legs, I could do it.
Yeah, look at that short kid who could do the headstand.
Well, next April, Shelly will teach you in person.
Maybe, if I can still do it. Like I said, COVID is...
You got a few months to train.
So because there's a pandemic, you lost skills?
Exist before. So if I land, it will be much softer, and maybe I don't need to kick up. Oh, and also I have very cat-like reflexes. When I open the cupboard and something drops, I can catch it immediately.
Oh, that's great.
Yep.
That's an essential skill.
You know, yeah. So yeah, you guys are understanding the nature of this beautifully. Thank you. Last question. Hey, guys, you grew up in Randland. Where would you have preferred to have grown up in? I'll start with you, Shelly.
That's tough.
Because you looked baffled. You went, oh, geez. And I said, yep, go to her.
Go to her. Where would I have preferred to grow up, or where did I likely grow up?
Where would you have preferred? Where, like, if we do now know the cultures and different lifestyles. Where, what rings your bell?
I mean, I think I would have been I think I'd like to be a tinker. I think, I like traveling, like the food, love dogs, dancing, all those fun things. I obviously like flamboyant clothing. I think I would have liked to be a tinker, but I'm convinced Canada is kind of like the Borderlands, so it's probably more likely I would have been like Shinaran or Kandori or something like that. Not Seldan.
Not Seldan. Okay.
D. Moxley, Mirandy, no gods, no kings, no recipes. That's amazing.
All right, dog. What do you say?
That's a tough one. I mean, I think ideally big city. So Camelin kind of stands out to me. Kyrian would be cool, but I don't think I'd fit in there. They're too short and like they don't like. I mean, they like to party, but like a couple times a year. Camelin just sounds like a good time, but I think if I like realistically with Blight living, Kandori would be a good one. I love the pants.
It's like hammer pants.
Yeah.
Stop.
Love that lifestyle for them.
Kandori time.
We don't really meet too many Kandori women. We just know that Brigitte can pass as a Kandori woman, and if I can be anything like Brigitte, that would probably be the life for me.
Stop, reincarnate, and listen.
The life.
I know that's not MC Hammer, by the way. Brigitte is back with a brand new edition.
Keep going.
I can't. Too much.
All right, well, that's a great time to segue into our segment we've been maintaining and we are loving. It's time to float, everyone. We have a first-time reader who's going to join us. He's going to talk about the chapters that we are currently on in the first-time reader show, the LeafCast, which airs every Tuesday, 10:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'm hitting my mic. Whoops, sorry, guys.
It's all right. Punch it with your face.
All right, here we go.
Ryan, I don't like to brag. I don't mean to gloat. But here's our friend, the way of the float.
All right. And
Ryan, I love this music. I love it. Oh, shh. And they lived happily ever. He just, did you see him speed read? He just sped read like 8 pages. Oh, look at 12 pages. All right, hey, Floaties!
All right. Oh, this is the Andy Kaufman bit. You just
Floaties, say hello.
Hi, guys.
Say hello to our friends, Delusions, Shelly. Here's our friend.
Floaties!
Hey, Delusions. Hey, Shelly.
Hi.
Good to see you, my
It's
friend.
been a while.
How you floating there, bud?
Pretty well. Almost done with book 3.
Love to hear it.
Yes.
Yeah. And Floaty's got his own blog.
So then I wanted to go off on the part where Rand's wound started opening back up again.
Oh, okay. What were your thoughts?
Go for it.
Okay, so basically, I was like, okay, I wasn't expecting his. I sort of was expecting his wound to open up again from Falma, but then he was like, oh, I want to go to Shale Ghoul to save everybody, and then Moraine's like, no, that's not how that works.
Nope.
Well, she was
And I
like,
yeah,
"Where
of
did you hear
course,
that?"
knowing her, it's going to be more complicated than what he thought it was going to be.
Do you think that these prophecies are known by people or are they rare? I asked this because he said that and Moraine said, who told you that?
I'm thinking it's known by. I'm going to go with it's known by people.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
All right.
We know that Tom has performed the Carathian cycle, so at least Tom is aware of them. We know that.
Right.
Yeah.
Which
He
means
could have easily told Graendal about it. We don't know.
Yeah. If you're at a bar getting wasted, you might have heard it. Right? Like if he's going around to bars and saying the Carathian cycle, then it might be just common knowledge.
Very well.
People
Could have
just kind of
happened.
hear it. And it might get passed around and give a phone where it may get changed as people tell it to each other, but for the most part, it might kind of be more common knowledge than we were originally thinking, Dan.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, everyone goes to bars.
Everyone hears a gleaming.
Going back onto the wound thing, I was like, okay, it's either A, something to do with the prophecy we haven't seen yet to make it to where Rand can then use his blood to end the shadow, is what I'm assuming.
So you think that he is correct?
Blood on the rocks of Shale Ghoul.
So you think that his wound?
Yes, I am.
Okay. Hot take. All right, go ahead. I like how
And then I was
it's
also
hot take is
thinking-
like one word. It looks like hot cakes. Right?
Floating hot cakes.
I want some floaty hot takes with
But then I was also
some bacon.
thinking,
No, I'm sorry. This is
Maybe-
these are hotakes.
Hotakes.
God, Dan, learn to read.
I'm sorry.
I was also then thinking that, okay, Rand opened the wound himself, but then what if somebody else has to do it and then make the blood pure, I guess? I don't know. Be able to end the shadow.
So someone has to peel his scab.
Yeah.
Or
he
stab
was,
him or
he was
something.
bleeding a lot. His coat was wet. You assume a coat is over a shirt. So that's 2 layers of clothing. And he pulled his hand away and his hand was wet. That's a lot of dang blood, man.
Yeah, for sure. But then I also just thought, what if somebody has to, cut off a bodily part or something for him to be able to do that?
Oh.
And I was thinking the hand.
A dick? Oh, the hand?
You think it's a hand might get cut off?
Yes.
Fascinating. Very interesting.
To fix his so
Yes.
he'll always have like a hand on his side that holds the wound together.
No, yeah. What do you
How
mean?
would he be able to do that if his hand is gone?
I'm trying to understand what you're saying. So you're saying
What do you mean?
Whose hand? Like a soldier, or Perrin or someone?
I haven't thought about who. I'm just maybe it has to do something with that. I haven't thought a whole lot about the who part yet.
Okay, but do you think a hand needs to be sacrificed for his side wound to heal?
Yes.
Okay, awesome. Okay, right on. Let me
Brad's like, oh my god, can someone give me a hand? And then he gave his own hand. Sorry.
Pretty much.
Or like in Hook, when he's like, "Can you give me a hand?" And Hook goes, "I already have." And all the pirates go, "Ooh."
I was thinking about Robin Hood Men in Tights, where he says, "Lend me your ears," and they all.
Yes. We're men in tights.
We're men.
Tight.
I used to be in tights, but I lost weight.
Hey, let me ask Floaty you a question, and it is beyond the chapter, but we're not going to have you on next week because we don't have a Tavern Talk. So when Perrin meets Gnome, Perrin goes to Jara. There's Simeon. He has called me Simeon.
Yes, I feel so many things.
Frog Boy Simeon.
Met that guy.
Frog Boy, right? And then Perrin feels like shit for thinking that he was a Frog Boy. What do we think of? So in this chapter, Nightmare Walking, Perrin, when Leia perishes, when Leia perishes, Perrin goes full on wolf beast mode. He's tearing out hamstrings with his thing. He's howling with morning mist, the morning of his death, of all the wolf dead. He yells at Uno.
It took me so long to figure out that was a wolf and not like an actual person.
Morning mist? Nice. So Uno was like, yeah, we're going to
make that connection.
Uno's like, we're going to cut up these wolves. And Perrin's like, the fuck you are.
The fuck you are.
Yeah.
And
pretty much.
And then we meet Gnome, who has taken it too far.
Yes.
And Perrin actually goes and talks to Moraine, and Moraine has been anticipating this talk, but this certainly has triggered his fears. So his main question is this my fate? Is this what is going to happen to me? What are your thoughts about Perrin's fate with the wolves, Floaty?
With the wolves? In general, you mean?
Yes, his relationship with the wolves. We seen that Gnome lost himself. We seen that Perrin.
He doesn't want it one bit.
He doesn't want it, but he also knows that if he was in contact with the wolves, then he would have been alerted to the Trollocs approaching. The fact that they were attacked was partially Perrin's fault because he had avoided any contact until they just like interrupted. It was like, I picture it like one of them old movies, like where the boss is like talking and the secretary buzzes in. It's like, Mr. Perrin, not now. Mr. Perrin, it's important. Not now. Mr. Perrin, I insist. What?
Oh, yeah.
The twisted ones come. And he's like, oh, okay, I gotta do this. So, what do you think? What do you think's Perrin's end result is going to be regarding his wolf status? Is he going to find that balance, or is he going to just negate it, or is he going to go full on King of the Wolves?
I'm torn. It's like half of me thinks that. So yeah, I'm starting to think, okay, at some point he'll give in, but not for a long while, it seems, given this has been going on for 3 books now.
Okay.
Right, yep. 3 books.
Yeah, about 3 books.
It's not going to happen until like the middle of the series, and I'm predicting.
We also see Hopper in his
towards
dreams.
The end.
Do you have any thoughts about the concept of a dead wolf appearing in his dreams and kind of being a weird? Right now, we're seeing him as more kind of aggressive and saying get out," and attacking at him.
Right.
What do you see Hopper
At first, I was like, what the hell is he doing? And then I realized, wait a minute. He's just trying to get him to wake up. And I felt so much better after figuring all that out.
Yep, awesome.
And I was like, why is he trying to kill Perrin? And I realized, wait, he's dead. He can't kill him. And then I was like, well, he's just trying to wake him up.
Yeah. Wake up, sleepyhead.
So in his dream,
And then Gnome was that full-on wolf guy, right?
Gnome was, he was the full-on wolf.
So
Moraine
Gnome was the one that... Okay. With the cage, I felt so many things. It's not even funny.
It was not funny. What was the first thing you felt?
Okay, so like at first I was not expecting Perrin to like let him out of the cage, but then I was like, oh my goodness, he's letting him out of the cage, trying to give him his best chance. Yet alone being a complete wolf. It doesn't look like a wolf.
Yep.
Until he dies, I guess.
So it says, here's the line. And my lighting is so shitty. I need to get better light. Cautiously, unwillingly, Perrin reached out towards Gnome as he would have toward the wolf. Running through the woods with the cold wind in his nose. Quick dash for cover. Teeth snapping at hamstrings. Taste of blood. Rich on the tongue. Kill. Perrin jerked back as he would from a fire, sealed himself off. They were not thoughts at all, really, just a chaotic jumble of desires and images, part memory, part yearning. But there was more wolf there than anything else. He put a hand to the wall to steady himself. His knees felt weak, light, helpless.
Speaking of wolves.
Sorry. Henry sees a rabbit, so, that wolf prey drive.
Henri! I will kill you, rabbit. Rabbit, you better hide. You better get out of my yard or I will kill you so hard. You will not. Your mother will feel it in her ovaries.
Oh my god. All right, Floaty, do you have any other notes from these chapters?
Henri, his barks.
No, I don't, actually.
All right, so thank you so much. That was a great segment. Floaty, you're coming in.
Not
you're
for those chapters, at least.
You are so well prepared. I love it.
Oh, one more.
I have one more thing.
Let me ask you: have you ever caught a fish with your hand?
Okay, so you know how what?
Have you ever caught a fish by tickling its belly?
I have not.
Okay.
And then that makes me wonder: has Delusions done that either?
Has anyone here
You seem
ever
like that kind of person that would try to do that?
Have I tickled fish? No, they're gross and creepy. I don't like touching them.
Good point.
Exactly.
That's super funny, Floaty.
Fish in this house.
Nice.
And then, one more thing, I swear.
Real fast.
One more thing, I swear. Okay, so you remember how they've always been mentioning, Perrin doesn't want to go to his wolf self so many times already?
Yeah.
And then they just keep bringing that back up every so often?
Uh-huh.
I find that to be somewhat boring at this point, because I'm like, okay, we know he does not want to be a wolf. Put something else right there.
Oh, that's your first criticism, Floaty. These
Instead
are
of
hot
repeating
takes.
it over and over.
Get used to it.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, so
It
Perrin
drives me
is
up a
struggling.
wall.
But this is book 3. Either, hey, stop complaining about it, buddy. Right?
That's
over
just
it.
how I felt.
No, I
Yeah,
love
I hear
it.
ya.
I love
I
it.
hear
No, many people will agree with you. I'm sure, Floaty. Again, well done.
Oh yeah.
I love your
bet
preparation.
so.
Floaty, you come in super prepared. We love it.
I'm blowing you kisses, Floating. Mwah, 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 mwah.
Yeah, so next weekend, our Tavern Talk is going to be part of the Twadcast-a-thon 24-hour live stream for Save the Children. Yeah, so we will have an hour show. We will not be having you on for that, but we will have you on the following week, so be prepared. Yep. We will let you know exactly what chapters those are. Floaty, until next time, we love you.
What?
We love you.
I don't know. We'll let you know. I just 3 and then 3.
We'll let you know. Yep.
Yeah.
Great job, Floaty.
14 through 16 or something.
Well,
all right, buddy.
Thank you, Floaty.
All right, you're the best.
Okay.
All right, float away, Floaty.
That's not this Sunday, but the following Sunday.
Following
all right,
Sunday,
but
correct,
now following Sunday. All right, buddies.
Bye.
Float
2
away.
Weeks. Bye.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye.
All right. What an addition to the show. Love it. Love it. All right, guys. Tavern can resume.
All right, let's resume.
I kind of want to keep singing Canadian folk songs now.
Oh, please don't stop.
Yeah, no, go on.
We have. This is your.
Henry Golden Eyes wanted to show you like what Perrin's eyes will look like in the show. You see?
Oh.
Yeah, let's get. Wait, hope.
Yeah. Zoom on in.
Now.
Oh, God.
He had to go bark at the rabbit again. So you'll hear
They
him
should be so
momentarily.
You must feel like Fael right now. Trying to get him to sit down and hear the complaints of the people.
Ryan,
do what you're told on me.
It's we're at the 2-hour mark, right? Should we jump into Thank You Internet?
Let's jump in it. Well, I mean, I did promise a discussion about the Amazon castings. We'll get.
Yeah. You're right.
We have to do that. It's on the goddamn thumbnail.
Yep. No, let's do it.
Are we ready for this?
We've been teasing them all show, right? That's what I meant to say.
We've been freaking.
It's not that I forgot about Sarah.
Sally lady. All right, so here we have our newest casting, Sally Salalali. I don't know how to say her name.
Sally.
So,
all right, so she is in season 2, and we know little to nothing about her except that she is. Here is her kind of highlight reel she has on IMDb. Does that mean your friend improves or disapproves? I don't know. I'm digging it so far.
She has oral hygiene. That's good.
All right,
You're amazing. Utterly amazing. Smooch. You have everything it takes. You're so talented. Oh, wait a minute. Wait. What is this? Wait, hold on.
I fast forwarded.
Right. We said no
this
big
show
dick
just
jokes.
went R-rated.
Yeah.
There is no. Hey, guys, please.
Really? There was oral sex on her IMDb sample?
No, it was hinting. Just like when she said, frankly, I don't give a damn, and he walks up with the lady.
You think that ended in oral sex?
No, that was going to happen. It was just hinting. So here we have. She found a dead. She finds a dead body. Look at she's shocked.
You know why they call me Bogey?
No. Oh, she's getting sick.
Aww.
So
like Daenerys.
This is a weird scene. This guy's just come up and his opening move is to put her tag away and be like, "Oh, you guys are so beautiful." But
and he's wearing shades inside.
Don't love that.
What a creep.
I just need to touch you and then violate you.
That's what are they called? The pickup artists. That's that kind of move. It's gross.
Hey, we're all in the same airport, but for some reason,
wait, Brent, Dan, shh, she's crying.
Right.
She's crying. She's crying.
She's emoting.
No, she's composing herself.
All right, hold it.
That's a part.
Fine.
So some people are saying that she should be Lanfear or something, and that is just blowing my mind. So that's the whole reel right there. We have some shots.
She's Celine.
Yeah, I think people are really just desperate for anything right now, and they're like, she's Leandrin. She's what else have I seen? A bunch of, sorry, not Leandrin. She's Lanfear.
Elsa.
She's Else Grinwell. She's.
So hold on, you don't say the E? You don't say Elsa? It's Els?
No, I mean, I don't know. I read it when I was 11.
No,
It's the word Els.
Pronounce this.
She's like the else to Egwene's if. It's kind of. Well, computer programming joke didn't land. Who knew?
I was like,
I don't get it.
Is she speaking Danish?
but I do say
I think
Elsa.
it's probably just like, the same thing as when we, oh my gosh, who's that gorgeous actress who is like in one scene and we think that she's playing,
Jennifer Aniston.
She's playing Dana in the show.
Oh.
But like she's probably just like, a barmaid or works at an inn or something with Tom. Like she's going to have a one-off bit part. I anticipate this is going to be the same thing. Yeah. I don't think we need to like start freaking out.
Gonna, like literally character. Have like the hottest.
Wait, but why would we hear about this though?
The freaking out's the fun part though. Okay, in my head, she looks like she'd be a great Alviarin because I always pictured Alviarin as so committed to the white Aja that her hair is white.
Yes, yeah.
Doesn't Alviarin have like very dark hair though?
I don't know, but in my head, she was always like a stone cold blonde.
I could see her. I see if you
cold.
What if she's Varen? What if she's Varen?
She's Varen. I have completely misunderstood the character of Varen throughout the books, and my dream casting of Judi Dench is shot down if that happens.
Judi Dench. Well, I mean, I typically think of Varen as like that lady in well, never mind.
Melissa McCarthy. Yeah, exactly. I mean, I hate to say it, but I hang my hat on the plump description. I say, "Hello, Varen, plump," and I hang my hat on it. I mean, it's so.
No, but but obviously, like, there's license and like. Anyway, so I don't know who this could be. It's
that would be awesome if this was Varen. That would be awesome in my head.
I'm
because I could see her looking distracted.
I want to rep some middle-aged women. Like
As
we have enough young women. Fuck that. Women can age and they can age gracefully, and we want some major players who are going to be powerful women like our Sophie Okonedo, Rosamund Pike, even though she's just in her 40s. Like I want to see some 50 and 60-year-old women out there bringing it to the screen.
But they're ageless.
We don't need fucking any more young women, 20-somethings who are ageless.
Yeah,
because,
let's have Betty White.
Let's change, standards of beauty here.
Mm-hmm.
Bring in Betty.
Bring in Betty. #, bring in Betty.
But
Twitter
like
of time,
CGI her
Betty
face,
White
so
for
it still has the timeless, ageless porcelain face.
All right, so if we Google Wheel of Time casting.
Do it right.
Do it live. This is pretty fascinating. We have a lot of old men, and I've been pretty impressed, though. To your point, though, the main characters do not necessarily seem to be older. Like I feel like we do have a lot of, in this show specifically, I do believe there are a lot of, like, to your point, middle-aged castings, like Juliet Howland.
Land could a bit character in episode 1. I wouldn't.
Land could have been 15 or 20 years old. Land could have been 20 years old.
Hey, say that to her face. You want to say that to Juliet Howland's face?
I will never besmirch Hen News, and I will never besmirch Juliet Howland. But when I'm she's not she's not a major character.
Did you guys know that Brown Alvear shreds the gnar on the guitar?
Yeah.
Wait, when did Brandon?
Yeah, what a rock!
And you have to stay still for a shot to look like that, so he'd just be like, okay, I'm just holding this face.
Just holding this. Someone said save the older people for the kin. There are enough female old actors out there that we can have female old actors.
There can be more than one, guys. It's okay.
Just like trans.
That's a weird picture of Barney Harris. I don't see him looking like that. he looks like
that's like his junior
Harris
in high school.
Joel Madden from Good Charlotte.
I was about to say he looks like your favorite band.
Yeah, he signed your tits.
Oh, Barney can sign my tits. Anyway.
Oh no!
Consent.
Ryan, pop it. Can you pop that back up real fast? The exact same page. No, never mind.
Fast.
Never
Yes,
mind.
No, so fast. I'm so fast.
This is so fast we didn't even
gone.
see it.
Just kidding.
No, it's gone. No sweat. No sweat. Yeah, I'm curious to see who this person is going to play.
I like the idea of it being Brigitte.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
I like a stronger.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'd like to see a more muscular Brigitte personally.
Yeah.
That's just me.
Yeah,
I want
I
to see
agree
some
with
like strong, like big ass arm representation.
So-
If she's an archer,
Yeah.
give me the pike.
As a power lifter,
Well,
I
look at her
love the
legs.
character of Cara Dune on Mandalorian. I'm sad she like real life she ended up being a bit
my
bonkers.
heart.
But it was like so nice to see like a big buff woman who looked like me on TV. Like I was like, okay, this woman looks like I look.
Hold on. Do you have a PhD in religious powerlifting?
Yes.
Ryan, all religion is powerlifting,
Are
buddy.
you just picking up tome after tome and
I mean,
Tome after tome.
I carried so many books.
you've won the tome lifting Olympics?
It was just like another step to doing squats with them of just carrying all these books.
Add on 2 Qurans. Let's do it.
Yep.
I'm sorry.
Oh, God.
So I'm just like so.
Threw on
Why,
the Foucault, and then I was just like struggling. And picking up my backpack was a deadlift. It was a natural move.
at first, I honestly thought you were like speaking metaphorical, and then I was like, wait. No, really, you were.
Literally, I schlepped books
You're
everywhere.
straight powerlifting.
I am a straight power lifter.
Yes, or
Well,
yeah.
I'm a power lifter. I don't
Yeah,
know.
I meant that. I'm forward, not straight. Forward.
Straight up power lifter.
A committed powerlifter.
Yeah. Well, I'm a little polyamorous with my exercise too. Hence the rock climbing.
Well, I've seen you do the rock climbing I mentioned before, or not the rock climbing, but the wall
I was
climbing.
bouldering. Yeah.
Yeah, and I mean, yeah, hell yeah.
I always think of The Rock, Vin Diesel.
I think about the rock a lot.
It's family. You want to climb?
All right, so yeah, we're learning a lot about our new friend. This is amazing. For the
I
dead,
know.
she
Ryan,
is,
I need to ask like one of my 5 quick questions are you a power lifter?
What's your deadlift? Do you even lift, bro?
Yeah. Do you
That
even lift,
shit
bro?
went into that. Do you even lift, bro?
Nice
Dude.
knees. Nice knees. Yeah.
Do you even lift, bro? Oh my god, that's amazing. All right, so we don't know who she is. She seems a little wayfish to be Brigitte or Brigitte.
Although, as Master of the Deck pointed out in chat, which I should check myself, but she said women are equally capable of building muscle as men. So if she is cast as someone like Brigitte, we can give her the same grace we gave Marcus, which is
Good
a fair
point.
point.
Yep, good point.
But
yeah, her
But
Instagram-
powerlifting won't necessarily make you big. Just FYI too.
Right, and
it's done nothing for me.
And I've seen pictures of Hugh Jackman like out of shape on the beach,
Ugh.
but then he becomes Wolverine and he gets all juiced up with carrot juice up all his arms. I think that's what they do. They just shoot carrot juice. It gives you a nice golden tone, and it makes your arms all swollen.
and that's science.
I mean,
Yeah,
I'll
it's nice.
take an out of shape Hugh Jackman.
I'm sorry.
Any view will do.
Did I say
Yeah, not
carrot
kicking
juice?
that out of bed.
I meant carotene.
Yeah, so we're not kicking this woman out of bed. Well put.
This is not. This is not.
That is rosebud lips, right?
That is
He
the
looks like an
definition.
I wouldn't say rosebud. Rosebud is more like when they, I think,
They purse them
come
like
down more in
like
the middle,
more
and they're like
sphincter.
very defined out.
I feel like
Yeah.
I have to.
More like a sphincter lips.
Like, ooh,
Oh,
like,
okay.
ooh,
Like-
like a very defined, like not
Yeah,
just like
like-
a
like
full,
lipstick
like not like a full lip. That's not a rosebud.
All right. So you do yours. We're gonna go back and forth. Boom,
I can't. Oh,
Boom.
I have no lip.
boom.
Have you seen this?
Sorry.
An upper lip doesn't exist.
No, it's a great. No. Work it. All right. Boom, boom, boom.
All right, now Dan and Ryan, show us your lips.
All right. Boom, boom, but boom, boom. Dan.
Where'd Ryan go? Oh, there.
Nice. That's a rosebud mouth if I've seen one.
Hmm
Actually,
That looks like
Or-
Mickey Mouse when you open your mouth.
yeah, or a Venus flytrap.
Yeah.
Look at I have tonsils, or I have that little uvula.
You have a uvula.
I have a.
Got a little thing in the back of your throat.
You know, it's weird when I hold my mouth open that much. Like I actually get a gag reflex.
Oh, sorry.
I'm like, I can't do it.
I also have no upper lip, so it doesn't work.
Oh, those are perfect rosebud lips. I don't know if rosebud lips is a flattering term.
I mean, Robert Jordan had this weird way of describing women that made it seem like he'd never actually met a woman.
Yes, they're all like anime characters.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Giant
Big
eye.
tits, 5'4", tiny waist.
Tiny waist.
Little in the middle, but you got much back.
Yeah.
Yep.
Right.
Long, you know, somehow for some reason these farm girls have long hair down to here because, you know, that's so conducive to a working life.
Yeah.
Very easy for farming.
Yeah. Very easy. Nothing like farming with hair that, you know, takes 3 hours to do.
Right. I'm thinking
Easy,
that
beautiful farm girl.
Yeah.
that after we do the thank you internet, if you want to play the behind the scenes footage that was released.
Yes, done.
Okay. Yeah, maybe we'll play the behind the scenes footage. We there was some hidden footage that was just released on the weekly Wheel News. We
got attacked, horrifyingly attacked by them.
we were Tarvalon puppets, and we wanted to
and then all of a sudden, like,
clarify.
that dastardly bastard, all of a sudden, like, secret footage comes out, and just, it's really damning. We might not survive this.
You've been slandered?
I mean, you all know, it's revealing. It's something.
It's something.
It's revealing.
But in the meantime, Ryan, I think it's time for Thank You Internet.
Hey.
So, guys, I've scoured the internet. It was horrible. The internet is horrible. However, I found some good Wheel of Time memes. And so here is our segment called Thank You Internet, in which we show the best of the best. All right, I'm ready when you are, Ryan.
All right. First entry.
Here, all right, a little context. The person who had a Dragon Ball guy, his name was Ash. So here we have Blood and Ashes and Blood and Bloody Ashes.
Very good. Very good, Internet.
Thank you, Internet.
Thank you, Internet.
All right, next. All right, I got a couple Kyrian ones coming our way. Pronunciation of the
Leviosa, not Leviosa.
Shut up, Hermione. I'm not pronouncing Kyrian that way. I know. Hey, there we go. Here, next.
Thank you, Internet.
All right, I'll just leave that there.
Carhane.
Carhane.
Matt Hatch. This one's for you, buddy.
That's how I called it, Carhane. Thank you, Internet. All right, here.
That's the best. That's my favorite.
Definitely number three. Definitely number three. I've never had to say number two. It's really strange.
So weird how that works.
Yeah.
We learn more and more about you.
Look at that.
All right. Thank you, Internet.
All right, so here's one my son made, actually. I don't know, this is a deep cut. This guy said, it's only weave. Why you have
to be mad?
Thank you, Internet.
It's, all right, boom.
We're all...
That's a dancing Cartman? I guess it's an inn? I don't know.
Yep,
it is.
All right, dancing Cartman.
Oh,
Thank you, Internet.
that one's got a lot of layers.
Yeah. Here's a
John Cena?
shape-shifting coat. It's Perfect camouflage. There you go.
Thank
It makes
you,
my
Internet.
eyes. Yeah, thank you.
That's actually just a Canadian ninja, guys.
Wait. When a powerlifter meets a Canadian ninja, what happens?
How would you know? You can't see them.
Good point.
Well, I hate this meme. Just gonna put that out there.
All right.
I hate it.
All right. So this is the budget for the White Cloaks travel.
They're missing like
There we go.
whips
Yeah.
and change and pincers and stuff.
Yeah.
Or maybe that's under blacksmiths. Who knows?
Yeah, no, it could be under blacksmith. That is a pretty big blacksmith button. Hey, thank you, Internet.
How do they classify their accounting? Heyo.
Heyo.
All right, a little sex joke. I become as hard as
Hey!
no need to. And Zap Brannigan is the best. So if I can squeeze him in at any point, I will. Thank you, Internet.
Squeeze them in where? All right, thank you, Internet.
I don't even know what the fuck's going on here, but it's awesome.
I love this. Any dog that you see with a battle axe is just gonna be a win from me.
Except now we have a Brunhilde dog, and I want her singing Wagner. Kill the dragon.
Oh
kill
my
the dragon.
God, where have you been all our lives? Shelly, Jesus.
Look at there's a sword here. I didn't even see the sword right here.
Yeah, and his little mouth.
This is amazing.
All right. I don't know. Well, guess I'll die.
About that time. Righto.
Oh, that's dark.
Internet, guys, the internet is fun. I'm glad we have it.
The internet. Oh, and with all of these memes, Lesby Nerdy just dropped her most recent meme review while we were streaming. So that's a good watch after too.
Nice.
Oh, yes. Everyone, wait till after, please.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're like, fuck you guys.
Thanks,
Hey.
Delusions.
Fuck these memes.
They're
I want
dropping
her
like
memes.
flies right now.
I want her memes.
I need the follow-up one of Matt like clutching his leg, being like, "Oh, I'm in so much pain."
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, yeah. Like soccer style. That's
I've
great.
been shot.
I can't do this.
All right, thank you, internet. And Ryan, I love the kazoos.
Everyone, this shit takes time to put together. If you want to support us and this type of humor, Patreon is the way. Oh no. Oh no.
All right, we're getting there. We're almost. We're 2/3. All right, here's all the nice innkeepers in the series. And there's that damn skinny innkeeper, Samuel Haig. Not hanging out with the fat boys
Just
over here.
teasing.
Yeah.
They look
All right,
such jolly. I think they're monks too.
I like
They
that they
could
have
be.
one of them has like the keg under his arm. It just
Yeah,
looks like
I
a good
definitely
time.
look-
feel like at some point in each one of their lives, they've stood on a bridge with a quarterstaff and challenged someone. Come on, Dan. Come on, Dan.
I like it.
All right, fuck you. Thank you, internet.
The internet.
Oh, brotherly love.
Internet.
I know.
the-
See how he threw me under the bus? All right.
I wasn't listening. I was listening to the music.
I
The
laugh at
music's so
so
good.
many of your jokes. All right, here we go. Time is absolute. Newton. Time is relative. Einstein. Time to Bellfire everything. Red Outdoor.
There we go. There
When
we
in
go.
doubt.
When in
Thank you,
doubt,
internet.
fucking Bellfire. This is a good question.
Where was
Where-
the White Tower when Malkier fell? Sorry.
Yep.
I like
Oh
it.
my goodness. My sister like asked me stuff like this. She's like, "Where were you when I needed to go shopping?"
No.
I asked her
Where
for a
was
ride.
Dr. Smelly?
Target had a sale, and you were not responding to my texts.
I do
We're
not like
also-
shopping alone.
Oh my god. We're all so pale whenever we go swimming and we like get down to our swimsuits and we see each other's bright white stomachs. We just yell, "Gondor calls for aid!" across the beach.
Nice. And then you pick her up and throw her into the water.
She more likely is gonna throw me.
Is she a powerlifter too?
No, she's a former wrestler.
Oh, you come from a long line of Greco-Roman humans.
Scottish, French, Canadian.
Yes! The old blood rings strong in Shelly. Thank you, Internet!
Thank you, Internet.
Tyshar!
Tyshar White Belly.
Tyshar White Belly.
Yeah! That's the best! Oh, does lesbian have that in her meme video?
You have crack cocaine, people? Alright.
Oh, shake you? Shake you? Oh no. I don't.
Sorry, I can't pay attention to the meme. Henry Cavill's on the screen.
Okay. All right. Thank you. No, thank you, Internet.
If I had any.
I love Fairly Odd Parents. If I had any. All right. And here's what is my purpose in A Memory of Light? You don't appear until the end, then die within a couple of pages. Pen Fane, blood ashes. This one hits. Yeah, that probably hits a little close to home right there.
Too soon?
Too soon. All right. About 20%. About 20% it seems.
Listen, I'll give you a deal and throw in 2 golems.
Alright, so it says Rand used the dove takes flight while his opponent pretended to counter with parting the silk just to feint with a cat dances the wall. Well, that was tense. It's fucking funny. I don't know. You guys, that's fucking funny.
That one.
Oops.
That one gets me.
Oops, sorry. And
Now we got a preview of what's coming.
boom. All right. Welcome to the game of houses, Rand.
That's
All right.
amazing.
Thank you, Internet.
Thank you, Internet.
What kind of Jenga game is that?
It was
Big
a
ass
giant, enormous
Giant
Jenga.
J.
No one designed to create moments like that, apparently.
That's amazing.
All right. Next we have.
Harry Kim. He just wants to be loved.
Just a couple more, I promise. All right, last one. This is apparently Varen works for Clark's. You guys get it?
Nope.
I get it. Yeah.
Ryan doesn't.
Varen? We're talking about Varen?
Yeah.
Oh, I get it now.
All right, tell me.
Thank you, Internet. Oh, because she's lying.
Okay. All right. All right.
Oh, okay.
She's
By the
creeping-
way, that dress you're wearing is green.
Yep. Which is like in the age of the internet, is that blue or gold? All right,
I
so
feel
yeah.
smart.
Oh damn!
God.
Way to try and call me out on air, and I boom hit it out of the park like Barry
Yeah,
Bonds.
well done. Well done. When
Thank you, Internet.
you said, "Oh, I get it," and I
You didn't
thought
believe
you
me.
were just you were like, "Let's
I
move
know.
on."
You're
Yeah.
like, yep. I was like, yep. Well, I've been. Yeah, that might be also true. All right, everyone. We've had quite the week, and I'm going to have to bring up some better music for this. All right, so we got called. What is this? All right, we got called out by Weekly World News, and it was scandalous. he basically said we are puppets of Tarvalon.
Yeah, with some apparent a paparazzi photo of some sort.
Yeah, which we immediately dismissed. Right, I responded. We shut it down, but then after that, things got weird. Why does this keep popping up? All right, so after that, things got weird. We've since a secret. How do you put it? A secret.
Well, can you throw up the original image that was on the front page of their newspaper, Ryan?
I was trying to.
Oh, okay.
All right, no.
We'll need to see what we're helping you respond to.
There we go.
Yes. So this happens, and then like a day later, not a day later, a secret hidden camera video leaked footage of backstage footage of Dan and I was leaked the next day. We have nothing to do with this video.
Yeah.
We have not, but we feel obligated
This
to
is
show
my
you guys.
first time seeing it. Yeah.
For some reason, we're gonna show you.
Yeah, let's do it now.
Even though we have nothing to do with this,
Let's do it.
Okay.
all right.
We
here
hate
comes.
it. We hate it. So let's show it.
We'll keep an open mind.
Yo, please do. But again, we have nothing to do with this.
How many disclaimers do we have to sign here, Ryan?
Hey guys, thanks for joining us this week. I love you and I'm proud of you. And until next week, you get to reading, you filthy animals. Cut. Ryan, that was a good show.
That was really great. That was awesome.
Hey, well done. Well done.
I'm
proud of that one.
Yeah, I thought that was a great show.
What the fuck? You call that a good show?
Don't forget, I am Kay Sedai of the floral printed Aja. And I will make it known to the world that you are literal puppets of Tarvalon. Do you want the world to know that? Because I will make it known. I can make it known.
Okay, Kay Sedai.
That show hurt more than a novice's ass coming out of Shirian's study. I would rather wash pots for a week than to subject anyone to that crap you call content. Who cares? You see that I'm smoothing my skirt to maintain my composure, right? You two better get it together before I turn you into the bruised Aja. And be quite lonely, because you're the only two there.
Oh no! She's playing the piano! This is not good.
No, that was a terrible show. I cannot believe it. You thought you could get away with some shit like that.
Wow.
I was really waiting for a poltergeist in that found footage.
Scandal.
So yeah, we're expecting to be canceled anytime soon.
I don't know how you move forward from here.
Because
All out
we're the only ones that are speaking truth to power, Ryan.
And Matt, new sword form, Kay's puppet spank. You're right. Brett Weber, yes, I knew it.
See, yeah. No, that I don't know where that came from. It's obviously untrue. It's I have you ever seen those deep fake videos?
That was obviously edited. No, yeah, deep fake.
I'm
yeah,
pretty
those were not...
sure I was deep faked there.
Definitely.
That was not you. That was not
I'm
me.
pretty sure you were getting spanked, though, Ryan. That was not a deep fake. That was you actually enjoying being submissive to
guys. Feel
Dominic.
free, if you want to, go back to the YouTube link and watch where my hand was during the spanking.
Oh,
who was getting the last laugh there?
Wait. All right, guys. I rewind.
And yes, I'm not showing you right now. I can't do it.
Can't do it. No, I was just kidding.
No can do. All right, we're trying to get them to watch on their own, Dan. That's where the money is.
That's where the views come from,
That's where the views come from. And watch to the end, bees.
Get to the end. Did we?
Ads. Just
did we?
Something else.
Did we tell you that we are showing you where our buried treasure is at the end of this video?
Oh,
only for you.
Ooh.
Ryan, you buried that treasure, right?
No, but I powder my hand between shows because I sweat so much.
Do you really powder your hand?
Yeah.
That's fucking awesome.
I'm a pro.
Is that an X on the map behind you?
Dan?
I know there's a penis here. I know that there's a vagina somewhere around here.
Tarvalon?
Vulva.
There's the Tarvalon penis, or vagina, and there's the dragon mount. That's... I did add something new to the shelf. This little dude. Bought him at a flea market. $4. Guy said it's from Germany. I said, all right.
You said 9.
I said, all right.
I said, all right.
Seriously.
That's all I need to know.
I bought that, a Mahalia Jackson album, and a cribbage board.
Ooh, that's a good haul.
Love me a good crib game.
Challenge accepted. Jordan Con 2021.
I said a good crib game.
I will hold a tournament.
Fire.
$5 in, I'm walking out with $50 if there's 10. Man, I'm the cribbage fucking master.
All right, we're not going. Cribbage talk is.
I have like 5 or 6 boards.
Oh,
You
no.
want a big one or a little one?
Let me help you guys out. All right, that means the show is wrapping up.
Ryan, you didn't.
Crib talk.
I should.
Yeah, no, this is the good.
Really aiming for that.
From
Legion
cats to
crib.
cribs.
Thank you. I'm a pro. Brother Dan.
My
Dan.
brother. No, I'm just thinking of skunking or double skunking right now. I'm thinking I'm going to get 15-2, 15-4, pair for 6, 79, 10 on the 12, and knobs for 13.
This
Yeah,
is
but
my
I flipped
child.
it to
This is my
target.
childhood. I never understood cribbage ever. I lost every game. I've never won a cribbage. I've never skunked or double skunked.
You've
Zach
never
Yan-
lost.
Zach Yancey wants to know where the fucking Oreos.
Where's the Oreos?
Bro, where are the Oreos?
All right.
All right,
Ooh la la.
let's remove him. Oh, Adam when he's ready. There's just too much sausage going on. Too much sausage going on back there.
Had I known, I was at Bulk Barn today, I could have gotten chocolate covered Oreos.
Oh, there they are.
Yum.
Delicious.
My Lady Gaga Oreos.
What is the most exotic Oreo you've ever eaten?
So we don't have the same Oreos that you guys do down there.
They're called
We don't-
Oreos.
We don't have like 3 rows of
There's
Oreos
Oreos.
in our stores.
Oreos.
We have like, yeah, there's Oreos.
Oreos.
It's Oreos.
A boot.
I mean,
the
we
Oreos.
had mint Oreos. Were big for a bit.
Yeah, we had birthday cake for a while
Yeah.
and peanut butter.
Yeah.
But we
at
don't
Bulk-
have like the shit that you like. You guys have like 60 kinds of Oreos down
Delusions, be nice.
No, we have regular and double stuff.
Don't be jealous.
That's pretty much all you get: a normal Oreo or a chubby Oreo,
Like
and
I
a
said,
vanilla Oreo. But these
Bulk
were
Barn?
Lady Gaga. But
I've
Frank,
seen-
you
I've-
got double stuffed Oreos that have been dipped in chocolate. Those are the best Oreos.
I was gonna say
Wait.
yes. I've seen those, and I will not eat them because I value my health.
at state fairs, you can get deep fried Oreos.
Deep fried Oreos. Yes, we get
Let's
those out
go.
during the Stampede.
Yeah, well, if
Let's
I
go.
They're
become,
silly
if
good.
I get elected mayor, we're gonna ban deep fried Oreos,
Right.
deep fried Twinkies, deep fried Coca-Colas. We're gonna ban all that because
Don't you take my deep fried butter from me.
I will.
You sound like a fun mayor.
Yeah, you suck.
Oh, yeah. No, but yeah. Well, but you can take deep fried psilocybin anytime you want.
No, but you can't
Alright.
have deep fried pickles.
Can I have my deep fried Mars bars?
Nope. Oh, okay.
Boo.
Well, no, in your own home, in the what you do in the privacy of your own home.
But not in the fair.
No. We're not subjecting children.
Ryan is unfair.
Polyunsaturated.
Mayor of unfair.
Children should be saved from polyunsaturated fats.
Oh my gosh, banning French fries. Like, come on. Think through the consequences of your policy.
I'm that badger. All right.
Guys, thank you for joining us. Delusions of Graendal, the Wise One Shelly, Sigmund Freud, Ryan, how's this? What does this cigar smell like? Is it cognac? Do
I'm
you
sniffing-
cognac
yeah.
dip it?
He really needs to wash his hands. There's a lot going on there. I'm not going to get into it.
That thumb smells like poo poo?
Stop. Yes.
All right, bye. I love you.
All right, everyone.
Out on a peep joke.
No! Jesus, what's happening? What? Oh no, he's dancing. All right. Oh no, we are